introduce themselves and please repeat their publication name, mention their publication name.
Congratulations for coming out with your IPO, but I would like to know precisely your business appears to be high volume, low margin, and your last 3 years average EPS is somewhere around 2.5 per share. And even your RONW is also around 2.78% on an average. So if you can throw some light why it is so low margin business.
Sir, we are working in an absolute niche business where there is very lower amount of competition. And we have got in Kitty the marquee customer, not only in India but also the globe. As far as the margins are concerned, the period which you are talking of, that is actually being impacted by the COVID period, and where people were not really having a clear picture whether what kind of economy, where the economy will grow. So the period was totally distressed, and once the economy has opened post-COVID, now you can see the capex is all around on, and since we have got the legacy of the customers, we have got the legacy in terms of the installed capacity, in terms of our competence. Going forward, we have a huge opportunity in terms of increasing the margin as well as increasing the top.
Sir, I will just intervene that in our legacy of 35 years, let me first of all tell you that our balance sheet has always been in positive in all those 35 years, and we have always seen growth and a very healthy margins in terms of all the terms, whether it is ROC or whether it is return on EBITDA level or it is PAT margins or PBT levels. However, when we were working primarily for the power sector jobs, till 2015 everything was going extremely well, but after 2015, when the power sector jobs vanished from the scenario, I mean including the world market, we had to switch over to the oil and gas sector, for which we had to learn so many things, and we had to understand what is the difference between oil and gas sector jobs and the power sector jobs. And I will just like to brief you that in power sector jobs the volumes are comparatively much lesser while the weight is very large, and our primary facility, which is located at Palwal, is designed for those power sector jobs, and hence when we switched over to oil and gas sector, we had to handle huge lot of volume with very little weight and very lot of work to be done on those as compared to power sector jobs. And to manage those jobs which we had to take because of the COVID incidents and when the economy was just shut down, and we got those jobs when the economy just started to open up. So we took 3 jobs from 3 different customers of oil and gas sector where there was a huge volume, and to cater to those jobs we had to take a lot of space on lease, we had to spend a lot of amount on maintaining those land, on development of those lands, which is reflecting in our present financials. Otherwise, historically, we have been earning quite good numbers, and we hope that in the coming future also it will be on a similar trend.
And as of 1st Jan, you have about 828 crore orders. So when are you likely to complete those orders?
Sir, our normal cycle for any particular order varies from 6 months to 18 months. So you can say on an average our order time you can assume as 12 months for completion.
Thank you. Wish you all the best.
Thanks so much.
What percentage of revenue comes from wind energy?
Wind energy, we are just doing tower fabrication jobs and the revenue, if you take it on the console level, it will be hardly
4 to 5%. 4 to 5%.
Sure, sir. Another question is from Mr. Prince Karyappa from Entrepreneur India. How important is the Thailand operations as part of your global expansion?
Thailand operations are basically strategic operations, which for the operation in Thailand, we are using it for developing our new customers. When we developed that particular facility in Thailand, the idea behind that was twofold. One important aspect was that at that time, many of our global customers were not allowed to get work done from India as well as China. Their end customers, they were having this restriction, and so we were losing a lot of jobs just because we were present in India. So to take care of that, we acquired a asset in Thailand, and we started working on that. And second major aspect was that we wanted to be near to the port, as we had started feeling the pinch of logistic cost because our present facility is almost around 1,500 kilometers away, and since we have 50% export and 50% import, so a lot of logistic cost was going in vain. It was not coming on our balance sheet, it was just going as expenses. So we put up this facility, and the moment we started that facility, of course it took 2 years to establish that. The first order which we got was from a Japanese customer called Japan Gas Corporation, which never came to India, and we had been trying with them for last 10 years. But once we executed that job in Thailand, so now they have come to India, and now they are our one of the best and one of the most important customers in India. And similarly, there is a line of other 3-4 other customers are there which never wanted to come to India, but after seeing our service, which is our USP, so people have started coming to Indian factories also. And our primary focus now is that to maintain that factory as it is. We are not going to have much expansion in that. So, but we'll just like to continue it just to maintain our customer relationship and to keep on working in the ASEAN region.
Thank you, sir. We have another question saying, explain the EPC part in your business and how is it related to process piping? Please give example if possible.
We are practically not doing EPC. We are just doing engineering, procurement and manufacturing. We are not doing any side jobs. So, our risk is not there, which is normally associated with an EPC company.
Thank you, sir. Next question we have from Business Remedies. How will you enhance margins, and can you give example of high margin products?
First of all, let me tell you that, as I just told you that, we have a legacy of 35 years of doing business, and in all those 35 years, our balance sheet has always been quite healthy, except for the COVID period or except for the last 3 to 4 years of time. But otherwise, we had been having a extremely healthy balance sheets and extremely healthy order book also. As I told you, we have a order book of almost order book of almost 828 crores as on 31st of December. And to execute that order, we have already created very good infrastructure apart from our mother facility in Palwal. The new facilities, as you know, are Anjar, which is absolutely a greenfield facility, and we have developed it on 50 acres of prime land. And we are building an absolutely modern and state-of-the-art facility, which is designed basically on the principle of lean manufacturing. And we shall get huge operational leverage from that particular plant, which will help in expanding our margins. And since, as Samir already told you, that plant is just around 30-35 kilometers away from Kandla and around 70 kilometers away from Mundra port, and our present facility is almost around 1,500 to 1,600 kilometers away. So we are likely to get huge lot of advantage in terms of our logistic cost. And other than that, as again we are saying that it's based on lean manufacturing, due to huge amount of automation, we shall be saving a lot, and there is a huge, I will say that, potential for expanding our margins in that. And we are also, we have also started already working on high margin products. And if I have to give you an example that we have entered into pilot plant business, which is a very high margin business, we have entered into more critical and more exotic materials, like haste alloys, like ink alloys, high grade of stainless steel materials, which give us more revenue, which give us more, margins per ton. So, all those things we are already doing it. Plus, of course, with operational leverage, that will be the major thing, and our material handling cost, which will come drastically down.
Thank you, sir. Next question is, in your Make in India for the World program, which countries will you focus on?
We are not focusing on any particular country. We have been doing our export historically by more than 50% all through. And our major countries till date have been North America, including USA, including Canada, Europe. We have supplied a lot. We have supplied to Russia also. We have supplied to Africa also. We have supplied to Middle East also. So we do not have any specific focus on any particular country. And wherever we get our margins, wherever we get our proper valuations, we shall be working in that region.
Next question is IGSEC really comparable to you?
I will say yes as well as I will say no. Why I am saying no is that their primary business is not piping. Piping may be just 4 to 5% of their turnover, or maybe even less. I mean, exact numbers I will not be able to tell you. But that is not their primary business. Their primary businesses are much more bigger, like equipment manufacturing, like supply of sugar plants, like sugar industry and all those things. But our focus is 100%. We are not doing anything beyond piping and related to piping or this business. So I will not say it is an apple to apple comparison, but of course they have an independent shop for doing piping, but their capacities, in our opinion, are much lesser than what our capacity is.